I want to do crossovers and shit with the song, man.
Yeah.
Just want to drive to the hoop.
The OG, man.
Be
R.I.P.
Hella OG. Funny but foul. Welcome.
Back at it again. Here to your Monday work tunes.
Work tunes. Let's keep this going. Can we keep this going for a bit?
For us.
For us?
For us, we will.
So you don't want to share, son?
Can't. I don't want to risk
man.
it. Worst case, we cut out, you know what I mean? Like we have to.
Yeah.
But I don't want to have to cut out the whole fucking podcast.
Oh, bro. That was a jungle.
Yeah.
I try to fucking go anti-copyright, but no dice.
Yeah, I know. This is a mess. But we're back.
We're back.
Well, hopefully everyone tuning in is driving into your Monday work weeks.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whichever day.
We'll be doing drops. We're going to commit to this, right?
So commitment drops are going to be
Mondays
and Thursdays.
That's right. Mondays and Thursdays every week. So
every week.
Be waiting on that. Call us out if we don't hit
Yeah.
it. But that's going to be our schedule going forward.
We're going to try to do this for fucking at least the rest of the year and then possibly see what else we can do.
We'll see what kind of feedback we get from
Yeah.
it. I think I've actually heard from people saying that they do like the shorter, more constant
Right.
updates because it also gives them something to kind of look forward to in the
Right.
because all of a sudden it's like Monday's like fuck I gotta wait another Monday.
Yeah.
But obviously you got like a Thursday or whatever. That's
Right.
It's good.
More contributions.
Hell yeah.
So
sports. What the fuck we got?
Sports, dude. We got some fucking
NBA. I made some fucking money off this, man.
Yeah.
Phoenix Suns, baby.
I think we made a bet that I forgot what it was, and I think you forgot too. But basically,
I knew that we bet. I
think I lost something, but I
you
don't know
definitely
what.
lost. The thing is, I forgot how much the amount was for. Was it 50? Was it 10?
I think it was 50 push-ups.
Oh yeah. So
I think it might.
Congrats.
I've
Go do
already
your
done
push-ups.
it. I've already
Yeah.
done those. We don't need
But
to-
I bet on the Phoenix
yeah.
heavy from like the second round is when I bet on them, and they paid off pretty well for me here. They're doing well, man. To be clear, yes, the injuries in general are like kind of fucking shit up right now with the NBA.
LeBron James.
Everyone, man. Fuck.
Everybody.
We already talked about this last week, but everyone's been getting hit this fucking week.
Yeah.
Giannis is out.
Giannis is out, bro.
I mean, I think they said that it's looking okay. Like it's not actually serious damage in his knee or whatever.
I think he just.
But
had,
he's sitting out the games right now.
Yeah, I think he's gonna sit out one game, possibly 2 games.
Yeah.
But I think he's gonna be fine. But as long as if I think he's probably gonna go. What they were saying is speculation was he's probably 50-50 on game 1, which is important because if you don't come out on top on game 1, it kind of sets the precedent.
When is the first game? Is it Wednesday? You can check that up real quick. I think it's Wednesday. They usually do midweek shit. Tuesday. Okay.
July 6th.
Yeah.
So you gotta come tip top, fucking Maguguli.
Suns are
what I
coming
mean?
in hot because
Suns are
all their
coming
guys
hot.
are firing on like all cylinders.
Yeah.
CP3 is good to go, and
Yeah.
he's because what is interesting when he went
Still making
off.
TikToks, that guy.
No, he paused on the TikToks for now. But what I found interesting is that even though he was out for not a injury related thing, like it was just the COVID protocol, so he was fine. So he had no physical problems with him being gone. But yet when he came back, it was almost like he did. Whether it was game fitness, whether it was like his mind wasn't, because you know when you get into it, like when you're playing,
Yeah.
it's different. Like you know this.
You get constant updates.
When you're actually playing versus when you're thinking about playing are two different things.
Your timing is one thing that you notice that's way off, and your chemistry is way off. So that's only something that you can do by just doing it.
Yeah, so that's weird because like
you know.
CP3 he's a fucking 60% shooter from the mid range.
Right.
And that first game back, it was rough,
Terrible.
like really rough.
I think it was a 35% or something.
So he took him a couple of games to get back into it,
Yeah.
and I think because of that, he's good. No, I got this. He's good now.
You got some good beats or what?
No, I got it.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this because it's just for us.
Yeah. I got some killer ones.
Oh well, sure.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, keep going.
He's not gonna have that problem into game 1 of the finals, right?
No.
Because he's played all the games in the Western Conference Finals, so
Yeah.
he's fine there.
And he's got some time on him.
Yeah, he's got time, and he doesn't have the like I'm saying he's match fit basically. Like he's good to go. Booker is fine. I guess his nose is kind of fucking weird, but he'll be fine by the time. Was it Tuesday? Tuesday rolls around.
Right.
So I think the Suns are ready to go as much as they can be, which is the best thing that they can hope for.
Yeah.
Now on the other side, we just had I just fucking lost money on the Hawks. I was kind of hoping they're gonna come back. They were like at a 19-point deficit. They made it interesting in the fourth. Did you watch the game? How was it?
I watched the game. When the thing is with them is that their offense is heavily based on Trae Young. Like they're basically collapsed when he's not there.
Yeah,
because he facilitates, he brings the whole team together, and the one thing I gotta say is like when you have a guy that's like number one facilitator, it really shows when he's not there.
for sure.
And the team kind of just look broken up, like they don't even look like a playoff team really. At certain points of the game, they were like making turnovers where I'm like, yo, this looks like a terrible game. This is not like a professional league of a game. But generally, that's their kind of broken leg thing that they have to work on in the offseason is finding another facilitator that can take that, because that's what ended them.
Yeah,
is that they're just not deep enough. If Trae Young's not there, they're not deep enough. And
it was very obvious, especially today.
Games,
like Trae Young played, but he was off.
Yeah,
and you could actually there were actually some. I was watching some of the highlights where, you know, like the camera will follow the player even after the play's done, and there were a couple moments where Young's ankle is fucked.
Yeah,
like it's not a good play. Like it's not like fucked because obviously he's playing, but it's bad because there was a play where I think he went for a layup and then you could see him literally like hopping on one leg afterwards. Didn't want to put any weight on that other ankle, so and it showed.
Yeah,
he was like 20% from the field or whatever it was.
Yeah, you got to go out on your limbs, you know. That's how you got to do it. But basically, who you got from fucking Phoenix and fucking
got
Milwaukee.
the Suns, baby. I bet on them early on.
I think so too.
I bet on them to win this thing.
If the Suns stay healthy and Giannis stays healthy, I think it's a different story slightly.
Yeah,
I think Suns still take it because Giannis really doesn't have anybody else there that's producing at his level.
Middleton can bring it up sometimes.
Sometimes
he's got some fucking Brook Lopez.
Hold on, yeah, but hold on. But are these just glimpses of what was, or are these guys something you can depend on? Because it's two different things.
I think
right?
Middleton you can depend
7
on him
games
to a
is a long
point.
time.
To a point. So like Middleton's not gonna drop you a 40.
He's dropping 40
game after game after game after. No, but he is reliable to do like 20, 25.
Yeah.
For the 7 series.
Yeah.
He will have like peaks. He'll all of a sudden drop a 40 on you. But
when he got laid.
But you can't expect him to have that the whole fucking series.
There's no more bubble, huh?
No. So these guys
are getting
doing whatever.
I mean,
they're traveling though, right?
Yeah,
so they
good,
can do whatever
bro.
they want.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brooks fucking Lopez,
Brook
bro.
Lopez looked
what
fucking
the fuck?
solid, bro. He looked like his fucking evil twin, fucking Robin
Lopez.
Bro, he looked like a savage.
What's crazy, I was looking it up. People forget that Lopez carried the Nets for a long time. He's still their franchise leader in points.
Yeah.
He was a solid 20 points per game guy back in the day. He's a reduced role now, but he still got it in him. That's crazy. To see him drop like a 30, 35 is just nuts.
The thing is like there's tiers. There's literal tiers to this game.
For sure.
And the fucked up part is like to go from peak performance to role player, it could happen to anybody, and it could be a matter of maybe 3 years. Where you can
so crazy how quick that happens.
And it's you literally see like, okay, remember Marc Gasol?
Yeah.
Marc Gasol was like a dominant guy in Memphis.
Yeah.
But he's not even 40% of that now at the
Lakers.
Not
he's
even
gone.
close.
Because I actually think that he did great in the Raptors, but I do not think that he was the same guy in the Raptors that he was from Memphis. Memphis Mark was nasty.
Yeah.
And when they bought him, I think they actually understood that. I think
they didn't buy him.
What's his name? Masai Jury. I'm gonna fuck up his name.
Bro, who you trying to talk to?
The GM of the Raptors.
I don't know.
Majuri, whatever.
Makuri.
My bad. I just Raptors GM. I think when they picked up Mark, they understood that. They're like, okay, we're not gonna get the Memphis Mark, but we're gonna get good enough to get us what we need for this year.
The crazy thing is these guys make so much money off of it that they pay that guy like what he would get paid.
Yeah. In the Memphis days. Yeah, for sure.
So it's crazy to see that. But jumping from that to upcoming things that are actually we've waited a very long time for, man.
What do you got?
Fucking McGregor, dude. This could be the dynasty maker. This could embark a new journey into Narnia, or
what the fuck?
it could fuck him up, and like all the roles, all the fights are done. He's got beat up so many times, knocked out so many times that
You
it's
think
like
this
an
is
end
the
of an
one?
era.
If he were to lose, you think this is the one? Because I
If
said
you-
this already,
If
and then I've been
he were to
proven
lose-
wrong.
If he were to lose, this would be the one.
You
Yeah.
think so?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like I thought that was the case when he lost against Khabib,
No, it's
and
not.
I thought that was the
thing
case
is,
when he lost against Poirier the first time.
Yeah,
but yet
but-
here we are again.
No. Poirier, he never lost to Poirier the first time. He beat Poirier. He knocked
I'm
Poirier
saying when he lost the first time, he's only lost once.
out. Okay, right.
So I'm saying the last fight,
Um,
dude. His first fight with Poirier
yeah.
was back in the featherweight days,
Yeah,
in like
okay.
20 fucking whatever.
Right. So all I gotta say is like the Khabib thing. It mattered if Khabib were to stay champion.
Good point. Yeah.
So
Okay,
once
'cause I
he's-
think that's
yeah.
why I had it in my head, because I was like, he's fucked.
Yeah. Once he's no longer champion, Khabib's he's still training. I follow him heavily, so he still trains now like a motherfucker. But he
will for the rest of his life.
he's really moving into coaching like guys.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. Just like his dad
Yeah,
was.
exactly. So that's the thing with him. That's pretty cool. But yeah, now I think if he wins this, he can go to that Nate Diaz route and make a bunch of money there and make a promotion there, and then just wait, because that Nate Diaz fight would actually I would probably have heavily Conor McGregor right now, because Nate Diaz hasn't looked good.
Yeah,
at
that last fight with
all.
Masvidal was not. Even with Masvidal was not great, and then the last fight with what's his face,
Leon,
was not great at all.
not great.
That was
at
even
all.
worse than what he looked
yeah.
in Masvidal.
Yeah.
I thought the Masvidal one. I don't think he actually took it that seriously.
Yeah,
He didn't look sharp, but I actually think he looked worse in the Edwards one.
Yeah.
And I think if time progresses, it's just gonna go
It's
the same
gonna
route.
worse. So I think McGregor has held his value as far as like skills and keeping it together and not falling apart better than Nate. But I think Nate's older too. So
What's interesting is, have you noticed, and people are pointing this out, and it wasn't until that they said it out loud that I noticed, but ever since McGregor fought Mayweather, he's adjusted his mixed martial arts literal stance and also how he approaches fights. It's more of you can see the boxer in him now when he fights versus back before. Like if you look at his early featherweight fights, wider stance, more karate like, all on the balls of his feet. Normally he would throw a lot of these high kicks more often, quicker, versus now he's more planted. He's more of a boxer when he throws his actual punches, more weight behind them, less kicks. Have you noticed that?
yeah, generally though, he was never like Aldo, where he relied on like side kicks or cutting kicks. It was more like he was a flashy kick thrower.
That's what I'm
That's the
saying.
thing.
Yeah.
So with those guys, it either go two way. Either you keep that around, or like Masvidal's one of those guys. He's not a kick thrower. He's a flashy kick thrower.
Sure.
So he'll throw these ineffective sometimes, but sometimes very efficient. But it's a hit and miss.
Yeah.
So with McGregor, I think his maturity at the gym came when he's like, what can I rely on? Are these kicks going to be something that I can
he
rely on?
always knew it was the left hand. Always.
Yeah.
But it was more at the beginning, he would throw those, whether to distract people or whatever the fuck. Or maybe
One thing I could say that he also did too is like I've seen his training videos where he's working on defensive guard techniques to like sprawl, different positions, how to escape, how to stay on his feet. And I think that's really something that's progressed big time. Because
for sure. Yeah.
I've
Especially
actually
he's taken on the Khabib fights.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because unless you're exposed in a certain way, you're not really going to grow.
Yeah.
Just like we had this whole thing with Dr. Evil.
For sure.
If you're not exposed, you're not going to grow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think McGregor, man. I think right now, Poirier is riding a high, and I'm happy for him. But I think if I had to bet money, I would say McGregor's gonna come on top, especially because his.
You want to take this bet? We'll do this now.
Yeah,
I got Poirier for sure.
You got Poirier?
Yeah. We'll put real money down.
Real money down.
$20. We'll do it 1-1. We'll keep it simple. I'm not gonna do Vegas odds.
We'll do an eighth.
What the fuck is that?
35. Come on, son. You got such soft ass hands, bro.
Dude, you got bro. Give me your hands again. Yo, you gotta moisturize this shit, man. Ugh. Dude, I've shit. Listen, I know millwrights at my work.
Yeah.
I'm talking like 60-year-old millwrights.
Yeah.
They got better skin than you.
I know, but that's
Take
'cause I'm
care
a
of your.
savage.
What do you mean savage? These guys are more savage than you.
What do you mean? I do everything. Literally do everything. I swear to God.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
These guys have life behind them, so they are savage, but they take care of themselves. Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah. When you step out the shower, you forget sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Speaking of forgetting, man, we haven't forgot about the fucking.
No. Well, hold on.
I want to talk about.
I was gonna talk while we're still on the UFC.
Yeah.
Lewis.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna talk about. Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, that's
what
a
is
good
that?
One. August 7th.
Bullshit.
It's weird because it's like, are they just trying to make a rally behind that to like get views or
I don't know. Because I looked into it very briefly, and what I heard was that they wanted to make this fight not on short notice, but I think technically kind of short notice. Ngannou wanted his full 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Because this fight's happening when? August 7th. That is, what, 5 weeks 5 weeks from now?
Mm-hmm.
And when this was announced, it would have been like 6.
Yep.
Ngannou wanted an 8-week camp. He wanted a full 8-week camp. But then the UFC said, no, we got this date with Lewis because there's something special about doing it on the 7th where they're doing it. Well, I think it's in Lewis's hometown.
Nunes, and it's the Toyota Center is, I think
it's Houston.
Yeah, Houston. So
yeah,
it's Lewis's
exactly.
hometown.
Yeah, it's exactly. So they wanted it all to line up, but then Ngannou was like, no, I want 8 weeks.
Yeah. And
the UFC is like, well, we have the arena booked. We can't book it again. Like, we can't shift dates.
Right.
Because it's already booked for another event. Like, that's no. So Ngannou's well, I'm entitled to a fucking 8-week camp. I'm a champ. Give me my fucking 8 weeks. That's kind of what I heard is what went down. And so they're like, all right, fuck you. Do you want? We'll just give it to Gain.
Just going down slightly to this, okay? If you want to take this bet,
what?
Nunes versus Pena.
You think Pena's taking it?
I got Nunes, bro.
Well, no shit. Me too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought
I was gonna take the underdog here because no shit. Everybody's got a bet on Nunes. There's no way you're taking a bet against her.
The interesting thing is Chiesa versus Luque, man. I think Chiesa's out of it, bro. Why is Chiesa up there?
I'm surprised he's
Chiesa's out of it, dude.
Yeah.
He's never. I don't know why he's there. How do you go from Tyron Woodley to Chiesa?
I don't know, man.
Doesn't make fucking sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
Should we do this one?
We want to keep it on topic, I guess, with the other one. Yeah, that's kind of related.
Yeah. Okay. Going from fucking real shit to how would you describe your previous hobby of watching WWE?
This is a soap opera.
Yeah, it's a
soap opera for men.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Right. So it's like basically, turkey fucking series, but
for men.
For men. Yeah. Okay.
Legit. That's basically what it is.
Legit. Right? So Vince McMahon is you'd be considered what, a fight promoter, I guess, or
he's a sports entertainment. That's what they call it. They don't call it fighting or wrestling. It's called sports entertainment. That's what they called it. They went through a whole legal thing, I think, like 30 years ago, because
WWF.
Yeah, because for the longest time, well, no, it's wrestling like the way that they do it has been around for a very long time, since like the circus days. They've had this kind of stuff.
Right.
And back then, it was taken more seriously in the sense of like, especially like kids, like they thought this was real. Like the characters that they had, they were real. There's no like John Cena there and then John Cena. Like it was the same person, right? Guy. So like if all of a sudden these guys are cutting promos saying like, they're being this badass, like the fucking Iron Sheik or whatever. Yeah. Like that was when people would watch it, they're like, oh man, this is the guy. Or like the feuds that they would have, like it was all real. And it got to a point where I don't know why it happened, but there was a lawsuit. And so then Vince McMahon had to actually admit in a court of law, yeah, this shit's not real.
Yeah. Do you think he lost? Do you think he lost any viewership there? Or?
For sure he did a bit, but then they got it back.
Yeah.
But they lost it because all of a sudden it's like that illusion's gone.
Yeah, if you're a ride or die,
Imagine like you watching something. Imagine if we were watching the UFC.
Right.
And all of a sudden Dana White comes out. It's like, yeah, you guys, you know what? All that shit was staged. All the fights were already who was winning, who was losing, that was already prearranged. Like all that shit was. How the fuck would you feel?
Like, yo, give me my $60.
100%. Give me my fucking money back. Give me all the time that I spent on those pay-per-views back. Everything, right? And then all the shit. Imagine if Dana White were to say, yeah, that Khabib McGregor feud, that was fake. We literally made that shit up. We wrote that. That wasn't real.
Yeah.
I would be like, bro, I was deeply invested in that when it happened. When McGregor fucking threw a a fucking dolly through a bus.
Yeah.
I thought that was real. If
Yeah.
they were to come out and tell us all this shit was premeditated, we're like, well,
that was premeditated. That dolly.
no.
shit
I
was-
mean, like Dana's fucking writing, hey,
Right,
do that. That's what I mean by premeditated.
Okay.
That'd
okay.
be fucked. That's
But-
basically what happened with the wrestling.
Yeah.
And so it broke the illusion for a lot of people, and they had to kind of take a more business route where they're like, okay, we've now stated that this is fake,
Yeah.
right? Because obviously the stunts are real, but like the storyline, the drama is all fake. How do we now get back our viewership and then grow it as well?
Yeah. So one thing I gotta say is like this guy slowly but surely has made his way to the top. Like, I don't know what his net worth is, but his net
It's a
worth
lot. It's a lot.
is listed as only net of 2.1 billion, which is doesn't sound like much, but I guarantee you it's it is 2.1 billion.
Yep. That's still a lot.
Still a lot.
Yeah.
For a guy that came from, and like he never sold a company. That's the cool thing.
Yes.
It's like
that's right.
Dana had to sell.
I don't think it's a public company either. It's a privately held entity.
Yeah. So the cool thing about it is like he owns all this. He's the owner of Alpha Entertainment, which is generally the company behind WWE or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
he's had to start that company to, because as you kind of grow out of what you're doing. So once the wrestling thing is like, you're like, okay, we can't really grow this further. Like, how do we grow in our business? Okay, let's get into movies. Let's get into what we're like. Okay, now we have to form a company that will take hold of all that. So that's what Alpha Entertainment is. It's like the parent company for everything that they've ever gotten into.
Yeah. So do you think they just use the same camera guys for the movies?
What do you mean? No.
Because the angles kind of look the same. I've seen some WWE.
Have you
movies.
seen some WWE movies?
Yeah, the angles and like the movement. That looks like the same guy on meth. It's just the same dude. So it's like, are they running low on
There's
camera?
actually
guys?
one. There's actually one good one that I saw. It was the
Shut the fuck up.
No,
There's
it was legit.
Good money. Good WWE movies.
Technically, it's like it was a WWE, but also wasn't.
What was it,
Fighting with My Family.
bruh? I've seen that movie.
Yeah,
It wasn't great.
I didn't say great. I said it was good.
Oh, okay.
That was a good movie.
All right.
Because it was more mainstream than a lot of their other ones. Because a lot of have you seen The Marine with John Cena? That is a fucking WWE movie.
Yeah, I don't know why these guys sign up for this. Like, would you sign up for that?
Money.
It's just straight money.
Straight money. And the other thing is, you can't forget, these guys are already under contract.
Yeah.
So here's what's weird. When you're on with the WWE, you are signing off your name.
Yeah.
Your name is not your name.
Yeah, you can't use The Rock and stuff.
That literally is their property.
Yeah.
And some of their contracts actually go further than that. So when they sign on, it's not just their name, it's everything that they do.
Right.
So it's not that you guys wrestle for us. You guys have to do movies for us. You guys have to do this and that. So sometimes they don't even have a choice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up. Yeah, but what was cool was like this guy's not really highly doubted as like or thought out as a
Like a mogul.
yeah. Basically, he's not really known as a guy that is, ultra successful as far as promotional, but he's slowly made his way to the top. I mean, 2.1 billion is no joke. Right.
Yes.
And owning everything that you have and not having any shares or anything like that, where it's like majority stakeholders are somebody else. It's you.
Yeah.
That's huge. I mean, that's
For
from
sure.
nothing. That's
This
basically
guy's,
like
I want to say like a self-made man, because technically his father, or I think it was his grandfather. made WWE, but definitely like what he's had to grow into is crazy.
huge.
Without getting into like public money and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, right? Like actually having like all of a sudden you got a board of directors telling you what the fuck to do. Like this is a private company, and for it to grow like he has is fucking nuts.
Board of directors is rough, dude.
Ugh, imagine that shit.
Fucking rough.
Imagine us walking into this like we have no control over what's happening.
Oh my god, dude. That's like the whole reason why we started this, is to have control.
100%.
Speaking of control and things getting canceled.
Ooh,
Fuck, dude.
this one's heavy, bro.
This one is heavy.
Do you think we can do this in like 5 minutes?
We can, because I saw who's calling you.
Oh no,
And,
it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all G.
Okay. But yeah, we can do this in 5 minutes. I believe so.
You think so?
I
Okay.
believe so. I think. Listen, this is my thing. Do you want to go start first, or should I start first?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Intro.
So I think that you shouldn't have these statues of these people.
Well, what are we getting into?
Okay. So generally, they're trying to cancel in Canada. They're canceling, like, Canada Day was kind of some people canceled in certain communities.
Yeah.
Victoria Day was supposed to be canceled. No,
It already
was
it already
canceled.
passed. It already happened.
So exactly. So it was like
You'd have to
there's
cancel the next one.
basically all these holidays of the UK and other places where it's like it shows, basically rich people and us celebrating them is getting canceled, which I kind of support, honestly, because I whether you have the day off or it's a stat, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying, like, why are we celebrating some person that is no longer around or was effective at any point?
You're
like
talking about Victoria today.
Victoria Day.
Yeah.
Like, what was that all about? Like, why am I celebrating this shit?
It's stuff passed down is what that is.
Right. Or
It's like it's stuff that used to make sense back in the day because if you were under the kingdom, not just the way that we are, but the way that they used to be back then, where it was actually like it was almost like you were an extension of England.
Yeah.
And they had more power and like it made sense back then. But this day and age, really
Doesn't matter.
not so much.
Doesn't matter.
Like having the day off to
Yeah.
revere them doesn't really like.
But
the relevance isn't there.
Let's relax there, okay? I'll take the day off, okay? I'll take the day off. You can come to
I
work.
said the day off to revere them.
Yeah, okay,
like,
I know.
the idea behind it.
Yeah.
Right?
But I'll still take the day off.
Of course you will. You fucking opportunistic fuck.
Of course, unions. Let's go.
Jesus.
So I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think, who gives a fuck, really? Because it's like whether you have people that are invested so much. Like, to me, I look at this on paper and I'm like, yeah, good idea.
What about
Right?
okay? What
Am
about
I gonna go invest time into it? Probably not.
What about the Canada Day cancellation?
Again, I don't have a problem with it
Okay.
because I think if you care enough that you're gonna go and try to cancel it, then it's canceled in your life and what you can see. But there's gonna be other people that still celebrate it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, what does it matter, right? It's kind of like religion,
Well,
or
it's,
anything
no, it's
that
because
you
like
pick.
the idea of like because you have to kind of come back to why is this even being considered to be canceled? Like, why are people even doing this? They didn't just wake up and they're like, you know what? There's no point to this, so like let's just cancel it.
Yeah.
There's a reason, and one of the reasons is it's been pretty fucked the last couple of weeks, man.
Gas prices,
No, not
fucking
that much.
everything. 700 kids.
No, not that. Yeah, the 700 kids,
Yeah,
bro.
Saskatchewan, man.
Like,
that
and,
fucking
and
ripped.
it's just like every fucking week with this. Like,
It
it's
seems
bad.
like every week they find something else.
Seriously, and it's gonna get worse
Yeah.
before it gets better because I was looking at a report about one of these graves that they uncovered, and they're like, because we've uncovered this one, now these other residential schools are starting to scan their own properties now. So
Yeah.
it's just gonna go up and up because
yeah.
as time goes on and as these reports kind of come up, it's just gonna grow in number.
Yeah.
Because imagine that they had never even thought of actually scanning the stuff behind their church or whatever, or the school, and now they're actually like, hey, maybe we should actually do it, bro. The number's gonna go sky high.
Numbers are gonna go sky high, and it's like, it's just indigenous people, which is
Literally,
fucking crazy.
that's it.
Um,
It's all them.
yeah. So it's like that's where they all went, and like I understand more and more, kind of. Not I can never say I understand somebody in their shoes because I can't really.
Yeah, because you're not. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So, but the more I read into it, it's like, man, like I'd be angry too. I'd be fucking, I'd feel the same way
Yeah.
as the kind of reviews that I'm getting from, native people.
Yeah, yeah,
generally, whichever chief or
Tribe,
whoever tribe
yeah,
you're
yeah.
in. It's generally like you got fucked over,
Yeah.
and it makes sense. Like if Iranian people got fucked over by some other fucking race or some other nation,
Yeah.
you'd feel the fucking same thing. You'd feel like you've been, taken advantage of, and for so long you didn't know about it, right? So it's like now that we're uncovering all these fucking secrets that are fucked up. But let's keep it light and dandy.
Light and dandy.
Light and dandy. Off the top of the dome,
Mm.
okay? How do you deal with an L? This is a good one. How do you fucking deal with an L?
Light and dandy, huh?
Light and dandy. This one, give me like two things you do, because it's there's not that many things. Like, I don't want this to turn into a sales pitch. I want you to keep it like the first two things that you think come to your mind right away when you take the L, because when you take the L, whether it's school, life, work, family, whatever, it hits you super hard and super fast, kind of like the mushroom trip that we were on.
Sure. Wasn't that fast though.
It wasn't that fast, but at a certain point, you're like, holy fuck.
Yes.
That feeling, but in a negative aspect.
No, I know what an L
So,
is.
yeah.
I get L's, bro.
No, I know. I'm just trying to.
I think two things. First one, right away, don't dwell on it. Like, don't dwell on it at all.
Yeah.
That has to be the number one.
Yeah.
Because the more you dwell on it, the bigger it gets and the longer it's going to stay with you.
Right.
The second thing is don't try and forget it.
Yeah.
Like, don't try and ignore it or forget it. Like, don't try and make it as if it didn't exist. That's it. Those are the two things. Because with that,
right,
that goes deeper than you would think.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? If you can tell somebody, don't dwell on it, which is kind of the obvious one, but then also the second one, which is tricky, which is don't try and forget it and don't ignore it. That one's hard because most people are going to want to try and do that. But when you try and ignore and stuff things out is when they get bigger.
Right.
It's like when you tell someone to shut up, that person's going to be like, well, fuck you. I'm not going to shut up.
Fuck out of here.
Exactly. But if you let that person say what they got to say, then they're going to say what they got to say and then they move on. So I think that's the same kind of advice that I would say when it comes to taking an L.
The one thing I have to say that's a little bit different than that, it's like how I deal with it is just understand that this is not like the end all be all. This might be the beginning of something way, way better.
Interesting.
And
that's good advice.
The opportunities that can come from this might even be better than the opportunities that could come from this if you didn't take the L.
Yeah.
If you took the W.
Yeah. You wouldn't you wouldn't have that opportunity.
Right.
Yeah.
So it might be that this was actually in your favor in the long run. This might be a small L, and nobody can tell you how big of an L it is until you see it in time. So don't think it's all over and it's done and it's written in the books. It might just be the way it needs to happen, and let the cards just lay where they may, and make the best decision you can. And with that, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Follow us on TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the places you get.
Instagram as well.
Instagram, Funny But Foul podcast on Instagram, and
Funny But Foul everywhere else.
Everywhere else, man. And just check us out. Give us a little like.
Share with your friends.
Yeah.
Give us some feedback. If there's anything that you guys want us to see do, which we actually did one of them today, actually. We do take all your comments and criticism into consideration. So let us know. Give us some feedback, and we'll try and make this better as we go along.
And with that, we're out.